Yes, you're watching this goal for a million. Smash that like button.
Come on! Come on! I mean that!
Because you always use that active when that defenders are being given like. Oh, yes. People deluded. I'm back again. This is going to be a successful hate along either way. And I must say, I know we're all here for Chelsea versus Liverpool, but I just want to say off the bat, who do you lot actually think is winning the game if drawing a game didn't exist? I say that to say this. Liverpool look shaky. Chelsea look shaky. Chelsea are one of the worst performing statistical teams in the Premier League, backed up by what we see with our eyes. So, boy, they could actually technically finish as low as 16th. And Chelsea fans, I have to remind you of what some of you said on this platform. Big up everyone involved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, in some cases, good night. When you drew 1-1 against Arsenal Football Club with 10 men, rightly so, you said you're proud. You did this against Barca, that against PSG, this against Arsenal, title parade. Don't think I didn't see the verbal when you lot beat Aston Villa, which is a difficult place to go. What's happening now? Was it all worth it? To the pagan fans that support Arsenal Football Club, was it all worth it? I don't want to jump the gun, but it is what it is. It's been an amazing week of football. We saw what Everton done. You know what my team done. It's a champagne campaign at this moment in time. We're in the Champions League final, Arsenal fans. But yeah, we've got a job to do. Let's not go all the way with trolling. It's Liverpool against Chelsea. It is a game at Anfield, which I still think, Liverpool, Anfield, it is a difficult ground. But as I said, both teams are playing poor. Arnie Slot, you're shameless. Because if there was one thing I said on this platform time ago, when, Liverpool have been poor for the majority of the season, but when it was like 40% of the way in, I said, the way they're playing, they need to start Rio and Gomorrah. Whether he makes mistakes or not, you need to play young players. Nice to see he starts, ironically, against his old team. He spent, a good portion of his early career at Chelsea Football Club. But you got Ngomora, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, KSI, Jeremy Frimpong, Gravenberch is 30. Listen, Gravenberch, Berta's going to chat to you. McAllister, Berta might talk to you. Van Dijk, Kirkes, Kanate, Curtis Jones plays right back, and you've got Marmadashvili in goal, people. You've got Jorgensen in goal for Chelsea. Colwell's back. Is he playing on the right? That can't be. That must be Google acting. Surely. Oh, no, he might. Nah, man. Surely Colwell's in the middle. Fufana's right centre half. But yeah, Jorgensen, Hatto, Colwell, Fufana, Caicedo, Santos, Gusto, Cucurella, Enzo, Fernandez, Cole Palmer, and actually someone that is putting in the shift, João Pedro. That's the starting 11s of both sides. Kickoff is imminent, folks. Smash the like button, all those things. Santa Claus FC, LFC will give Chelsea their first win in a while. Watch these criminals I've checked out. Marcel, you make me conflicted. Liverpool Football Club is full of 30 people. You're not one of them, yeah? You like to do the verbal, come front and center stage naturally, and I still hope this. I want Chelsea to lose because Arsenal-Chelsea is self-explanatory. But if Liverpool do slip up, for you, my friend, we can stay here for 2-3 hours and really dissect Liverpool Football Club. You ain't checked out because you're here watching the game. I know that feeling as a football fan. It's happened to me many a times as an Arsenal fan. But you know that's cap. Smash the like button. Now you're doing well, man. It's not difficult. It's difficult. You won the Premier League in your first season, spent 500 odd million. There's been injuries. Salah signed a new deal. This one walked in, that one walked in. Rightly so. And one thing that annoys me about Mikel Arteta is somehow we did not get anything off this Liverpool side. I don't know if I'm more vexed about you in the second half at Anfield, boys and the gaffer at the Emirates. They were food, but neither here nor there. We will talk. I know Liverpool are going to be back. I know Isaac is going to find fitness and form. Hugo Ekitike, Gravenberch is 30, but it's lovely to see. It couldn't have happened to a better person, Marcel. Hey, kickoff has happened, and I tell you what, prediction, I think there's goals. I'm saying 2-2. But if draws don't exist in football, 2-1 Chelsea, they might get a dodgy pen, and they might be the worst team on the pitch. They might be a dodgy pen, a bit of individual brilliance. Kanate, nice to see Kanate and Fofana, two very talented young French centre halves, well, quote unquote young. Fans of both teams, how dare you not compare them to Saliba? United fans tried the Lenny Yoro thing. They realised he was dead. But yeah, Curtis Jones is on the ball. Them Preds are nice, lad. Pardon me. Skinned by Cole Palmer. Cucurella is playing left wing, by the way. To be fair, he's playing as a fullback, isn't it? It's a wing back. But as a fullback in Sunday League, it's a weird one because you do have to play more like a winger at times and get high up the field. But again, he could be doing that to help with the pressing. Obviously, he has got a good set of skills. And I tell you what, Chelsea are unlucky not to have scored there. João Pedro is one of the Chelsea players who actually looks like a football player at the moment. He skimmed an effort just wide. And to be fair, in this opening minute and 22 seconds, Chelsea have been in Liverpool's half. This is why I asked you lot off the bat. No, Hato is playing left back. Cuckoo is left wing. Hey, I'm here for it, man. I'm here to support regardless of who plays. I'm always here for every Liverpool watch along or not. You know this. I'll give you that, Marcel. But I'm not trying to hear that agendas. You think I don't know? You think I haven't been through a lot when Arsenal have rubbed out on this platform? You think I don't know the nightmare would be, as much as I'm happy and word to Arteta, you got to enjoy the moment. As much as I dream sometimes about winning one of the Prem or the Champs and both and what it could mean and the journey we've been on this season, there's a reality on top of what's already happened. You don't win nothing. So I know what could await me. So every given moment, I'm going to get at you. The beef is never going to be blessed. Cole Palmer could be in there. I can't lie, Liverpool are moving mad. Technically, that would be a shot on target. We got to remember, it's just the fact that at this moment in time, all the talking points will be surrounded in this game around Liverpool because they're better than Chelsea at this moment. But Chelsea are also in a terrible run of form. So both teams are lacking confidence. Both teams are not really getting results. Both fan bases are not happy. On the pitch, there's quality all over, but in terms of what we're seeing in the present day, don't know what's going on. This game last season, Liverpool probably would have scored by now. Kirkes. I'm sure Liverpool fans will be hoping, it's a next season thing. Has anyone got a link for a live stream, please, bro? If you've got links, mods, you know what to do. Rubbed versus washed. Boy. No foul, ref, surely. McAllister wins the header. Gravenberch finds Gakpo. And it's trickled all the way here to Fofana. He goes back home to his goalie. Wonder what the future looks like for Sanchez. Wonder who's going to... That's a good question. Who is actually going to take the Chelsea job? Because they can obviously attract a manager. There's Jabi Alonso links. I don't know if he wants... it's a quote. It's an attractive club to manage. In terms of the regime and all the things we see at Chelsea, I don't know if it makes sense. And you might hold off for this very job at Anfield. Kirkes has been invited to run. And to be fair, actually... Caicedo's a typical offender when it comes to fouls, yeah? And I think his reputation has preceded him because I actually don't think Kirkes has been fouled. I stand to stay corrected. Who am I lying? I'm correct. I thank the Lord I was wrong. Another one. How dare you look like Chelsea fans, please. Sometimes in life, you have to know how to take an L. The Caicedo better than Declan Rice thing is dead. Come on. Dead. Whatever you say about Declan Rice passing, he's more active in the game, does more stuff in that side of the pitch. You've seen live when the cameras were bright, what he was doing with the blocks across two legs en route to the Champions League final. Szoboszlai has a free kick. I've seen him slap it against City and us, I'm sure. I could be wrong on the City one. Could lightning strike 3 times. I'm on it, though. This will probably be the best free kick of the lot if he somehow goes for goal here. Or is this going to be something from the training ground? I think it might be something from the training ground, man. Van Dijk is moving around. Kirkes is moving his hands. They're doing that football thing they do where they ask the ref to check the wall. He's going to check the wall. What if he does it? The beef will never die. You can win the battles, but I'll win the war. Okay, I know we're getting a parade in Mitch. Szoboszlai goes for goal. It's a horrible effort. It's straight into the wall, people. Kirkes. And to be fair, Kirkes' role looks different. Rio and Gomorrah looks wavy. Finds Gravenberch. Bang it. We're gone. Rio, lovely. Gravenberch. This is why there's some players in pagan teams you have to bread. I need somebody like Gravenberch at Arsenal. He's cold at football. I need to score a great goal. Hey. To be fair, it's almost against against the run of play is not necessarily fair to Chelsea because I actually think they had the majority of the ball. Gravenberch picking a lot so far, lad. Lovely from Rio. He got criticism from Jamie Carragher for his role in one of the goals United scored when they played them. That is a goal, man. It's the technique, the technical quality on that. Everything he's done. He's used the pace of the pass. Psychological. He said, "You know what? The sun's out. Anfield. It's a big game. I'm slapping it." Aye. 38, Gravenberch opens the scoreline. 38 caliber. What's Enzo Fernandez moaning about? To be fair, from a Chelsea perspective, you could argue, you could do better shutting off the shot from Gravenberch. Sometimes you just have to hold that. It is a good passage of play. And that's positive from Rio because obviously it's one of those where he gets the assist, but it's all about the finish. In the build-up to that, he looked positive. First kind of moment he gets to take on a Chelsea player, he's standing it up well and doing what needs to be done. So if Arne Slot knows what's right for him, of course there's things Rio has to do tactically, but tell him go and enjoy yourself. And that will give him encouragement. Van Dijk wins the header. Not the best of headers from Van Dijk. Cole Palmer against McAllister. Jousting for possession. I think Cole Palmer's he's won a free kick. But hey, Chelsea. I knew Liverpool were winning today. It is 1-0. We need Timber fit for the PSG game. No disrespect to White, but I think Carrot Skeller will run circles around him. Word to what Marcel said there. In the ideal world for Arsenal, Ben White might lose some battles and win the war. Because I do think there is that element of football that people forget. Yeah, I know in social media, a player gets spanned or a good bit of defending, but these things happen. Like, if a winger has tech, like, you're not going to... Even when people say he's been locked up for 90 minutes, we all know how football works in reality. He's not... He's obviously took you on and you've had to make tackles and all those kind of things. Can I say, are we going to get a forward pass? Are we going to ever get a forward pass? We do, and it's a decent one. Cucurella. That's a decent ball. Where are Chelsea strikers? To be fair, how have Chelsea not bagged there? Where are Chelsea strikers? Where is João Pedro? I need to see that again. Because I actually think Van Dijk might have had some terrific defending there. To be fair to Cucurella, that is a very good ball into the box. Gusto, the right wing back, is the only one that's gambled, and the angles have gone against him. But even that, he's tried. That should be 1-1. And to be fair, we did see that Chelsea did have the majority of the possession. It's a great bit of play from Liverpool, and they've gone ahead. Gusto, we're in for a day, man. We're in for a day today. And we are watching Manchester City Brentford. Chelsea getting punked by the worst defending champions of all time. Marcel switching up like we forgot what he's been doing all season. Run your agendas. Who laugh last best. Make sure win silverware because you've been running up your mouth all season about parading me. Marcel, okay. Somebody screenshot that, clip that, please. I'm going to remind you because it is May. How many weeks before the parade? Let me look. Because it's the 31st of May, right? That is 2 weeks. From next week, 2 weeks. Just win the Prem in the meantime, put the champs on ice. We'll enjoy that, but there's a parade, regardless what happens in the champs. I feel sorry for a couple of Arsenal fans because everybody that's in Budapest, you might not necessarily make it back in time for the parade, depending on your flights. Cucurella could be in here. Can he keep that in? Do you know what? Cucurella could do something for Chelsea today. As much as they look mad on paper. And Liverpool, again, it keeps flashing to Van Dijk. Van Dijk keeps saving their bacon. Liverpool look a bit nervous defensively, which has probably been the case. That is good defending by Van Dijk. To be fair, Konate was on the scene. And I'm being harsh to João Pedro. You know what? You're there, That camera angle weren't the best. You actually Chelsea lad jostling. But that's where Chelsea need a striker in the market. Or go on DG/CJ, not sure. Come on, Brentford. It'd be lovely. It'd be lovely. Jeremy Frimpong. Who I think there's a role for him in Liverpool's squad, but it's a no from me, dog. Like, that's the one signing I look at from Liverpool. I do think, obviously, everyone can get better, but I would say that one's a miss. I would say Florian Wirtz is the most concerning, Because if I was a Liverpool fan, I wouldn't say I've learned anything new about Wirtz, barring the fact that he obviously plays for my team. I see him up close. It's not just a talented player that plays in Germany that I see occasionally. He'd be the most concerning because, you know, it's just technical qualities there. One reason or not, big money signing is not happening. But you could see it. With Frimpong, I don't see it. I see the tools he's got that you could offer a football team, which is why I said I think he's got a role in the squad. I do think there is obviously a Liverpool tax right now, Arnie Slot tax tactically, but that one's a miss. Oh, Van Dijk. If he was onside, he might have scored it. Oh, he's off. You think he's off? Is he off? No, he wouldn't have been off. But yeah, like Isaac, you can see the quality needs to stay fit. Wirtz, the quality's there. It's looking like a tactics thing. Who else did they sign? Hugo Ekitike, positive signing. Just obviously he's got injured. Who else was there? That Leone guy, young, he got injured. Yeah, Frim's a miss. Kirkhead, I actually think there's light at the end of the tunnel with him. Frimpong miss. I thought, like, what are you good at? You're not the best at a wing back even going forward. Just do the nonny thing, really. You're definitely not. You might not even be. I don't think you're better than Trent Alexander-Arnold defensively. All right, Jack, appreciate you. Have you seen EasyJet is charging 3-5 times more for flights to Budapest around the time of the final? Business is business. I can't lie. They're on a salary first, conscience later fix. Business economics, innit? The price of demand's gone up. This is why you have to buy your winter stuff in the summer and summer in the winter. Liverpool was playing with fire there. Gravenberch does very well. Does very well. And to be fair, Chelsea man will probably be booked when this passenger player is dead. Rio, who set up the first step over thing. It's wavy from the young man. Liverpool, what's going on? That's another decent ball. Another occasion. Where are the strikers? Curtis Jones. That's a decent ball. Liverpool are ramping. There's goals here. Rio. Every time, lad. See, Max Dalman's at Arsenal. Liverpool got Rio. And then Man United fans will still be talking about Ahmed. Crazy works. What, should we be shameless? You let Rio go. He's done more than a Starfield right now. Should we start some fires? Big up you lot, people. But yeah, there's goals here. There's goals. But you've got to take those chances. Both teams look shaky defensively. Thank the Lord for everything you do, Mikel Arteta, defensively around the football team. William Saliba, Hincapié, Calafiori, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Gabriel Magalhaes, Benjamin White, Shurian Timber, Raya, Tommy Setford, even though he ain't played. Kepa, not quite with these lot, but one love. Right, yeah? More of the story. We got a lot of problems. Defense ain't one of those. But it's going to be tested on this. Tested in the final, man. Football gods allow it, man. Because in many ways, it's cool to get to a second final, man. Because it'd be if it goes left, it'd be 2 finals in Europe, in the champs. Ironically, against Chelsea, you'll remember Baku. Why is it so cruel to us in Europe? I have not seen it in my life us with a European trophy of any sort. Well, if we're honest, we should have the 2 champs like Chelsea. We should have the Europa League like Chelsea. Obviously, I don't want to be in those situations, but like illogically, I'm even thinking we should have the Conference League as well, folks. But yeah, man, it is what it is. Szoboszlai, Van Dijk clips it over the top. Not quite sure what he saw there because it can't have been a Liverpool player. It's back here with Chelsea. Chelsea's midfielder's got a show for it, man. But again, I see this at Arsenal all the time. This is a consequence of the modern day. Look where Cole Palmer is. So you're stuck with probably Santos and Caicedo having to force the issue. To be fair, tactically, you can see the method to the madness from both teams today. Even with McAllister and Gravenberch, it's interesting because Gravenberch and Cole Palmer, for both teams, they seem to just be standing next to each other. And with Liverpool fans, you'd have to ask a Liverpool fan, but like, what has happened with McAllister in particular? Because yes, there's a tactical tax for all the players, but McAllister has been meaty this year and he's a decent player. Chelsea still have possession, but again, it's going to need to go from the centre halves to players who can gamble. Where's Enzo Fernandez, if I'm honest? João Pedro does very well to turn Van Dijk. gets a kick for his troubles. Surely that's a yellow. That's got to be yellow. Van Dijk got away with that. Fair play, lad. Fair play. We should have got João Pedro to replace Gabriel Jesus, if I'm honest with you guys and girls. Levi Cole, I'm not sure what kind of pass that was. That's something that will count as a shot on target as well, folks. Callum McFarlane at Chelsea for the second time this season, I swear. Kirk has done well to wriggle away from Cole Palmer. McAllister, who I was just speaking about, hitting a diag. Okay, that's a promising one. Jeremy Frimpong up against Hatto. Dutch teammates. 2 mediates. Go on, Frimmy. Shabozlan. Curtis Jones. Gravenberch. He's one of the best centre mids in the Prem, man. Bit like Matthias Tell, he just made the move to Bayern too early, but Bayern's loss, if you could call it a loss, because Bayern are great in their own right. It's Liverpool's game. Van Dijk. Ooh. Goes back home. Hyper, appreciate you. Smash the like button, as the man said. But yeah, going back to what you said, Pot, about the flights. Yeah, supply and demand, man. What do you think if they ain't done it already again? And it's, pardon me, people, but like it's an ignorant privilege I have as someone like obviously living in North London. Like, if we do win a parade, there's going to be many of you that are flying from, somewhere close. It could be Ireland, Scotland, as far as, I don't know, what's the furthest country from England? That's a good question to ask. AI, what is the furthest country from England? New Zealand. I didn't get taught that in school. But yeah, as close as Scotland, as far as New Zealand, to be at the Emirates and whatnot, like at the parade. So what do you think they're going to do? All the hotel prices and flights, it's going to go up. The only thing that is a bit smart sometimes, especially us that live in the United Kingdom, sometimes, especially in those moments where they rise the price, if you fly from like, I wouldn't say Luton, but like Birmingham, like big up Barbados, Stringer Bell, one love, man. But yeah, flying as far as Barbados. So yeah, they're gonna do that as well. And this is why we need a parade, man. We need fans from all over. You lot that have been abroad. Like, and again, going back, because my heart bleeds for the foreign fans, because like a lot of you, another ignorant privilege. Like you lot, like it's a big event. You lot going to your first game, innit? Like you proper have to plan, get flights, do all of that kind of stuff. Sometimes you've seen moments where people have planned and then it snowed and people have missed games. Like, even if Arsenal go on to win consistent stuff, you won't always be able to get to the parade. So, with the first Champions League or the first Premier League trophy of the Emirates era and the first one in under Mikel Arteta, and all there's bare firsts, really, the next Premier win. Cole Palmer. Can't lie, it feels like Liverpool have worked out how Chelsea were playing through them still, not seeing enough of Cucurella, who we saw early on. Ironically, curse of the commentator, because now Enzo Fernandez is here, but Enzo Fernandez been non-existent because of the tactics. Caicedo and Santos can't really give you what you want to see. Palmer's having to drop extremely deep. Caicedo, to be fair, he done well there. It was behind Cole Palmer. Rio, oof, I love when footballers drop their shoulders. Don't lose it. Baller. Kirkes, as all us fullbacks do, no risk, just lump it long. How many consecutive losses will this be for Chelsea if it stays like this? I swear 7. When did Chelsea last win a game? Oh, I love that. The way that sentence sounds. João Pedro. I genuinely thought it would have been in there. Marmadashvili does well, really. That rhymes. And everyone's just, well, then, is anyone really skipping over the fact that Chelsea got beaten up by Nottingham Forest? Because my Chelsea supporting friends at that point now, I'll be honest, I just bantered them because when Arsenal take an L, they're all there. It's not fun anymore. It's not fun anymore because you lot are just getting ripped all the time. But yeah, when was the last time they actually won in the Prem? Because it might have been Aston Villa in March. because they played Aston Villa in March. They beat Wrexham in the FA Cup. Obviously, we know that they're in the FA Cup final. Oof. Yeah, they beat Wrexham. They got smoked by PSG. They lost to Newcastle. They got smoked again by PSG. Then they got smoked by Everton. Hey, David Moyes. David Moyes. Everything you did at City. And I even forgot what you did against Chelsea. David Moyes, footballing legend. But yeah, they got smoked back-to-back against PSG and Everton. They won 7-0 against Port Vale. Dupping over fright and picking on people that can't fight them. They got smacked up by Manchester City. To be fair, United came to their place like they did against us and took the 3 points. Then they got smoked again against Brighton. Then they beat Leeds in the FA Cup, which I don't know why Leeds turned up like that. They were moving shook. They recently got smoked against Nottingham Forest, and they're losing right now against Chelsea. So their last win came in March. And Chelsea fans have the cheek to talk about another fan base and club. The cheek to talk about Arsenal in that way. If you don't win silverware, regardless of whether these things are right or wrong, regardless of what's going on at my football club, you have the cheek. You have the cheek to mock my trainers when you lot have no souls in these things. Crazy. Face your front. Focus on your own test paper. You know what they say, man? God don't give you more than you can handle. You lot make it out, man. Right now, for Arsenal, it's a champagne campaign. Premier League dreams, Champions League nightmares. Just the other week, I was vexed. I could tell you can make it out. Just the other, Arsenal were a weird club. Just the other week, I thought everything was done. Like, I actually thought everything was done. I was vexed about our League Cup performance, but I thought it was done. The way we played against Bournemouth, the way City were moving, I thought it was done. Don't let me down, Rio. Don't let me down. You done so well for the first goal. Shoot, man. Show them where they should have started you. Ball retention, bro. Like, doesn't even take touches of the ball. His first touch and his technical quality is immaculate. It's like I don't even know how to describe it, but the ball's not moving. He's a baller, man. It feels like he's taking 1,000 steps, but he's not moving anywhere. Real's cold, that ball, man. Is it Liverpool have another kid, man, this black fella. Apparently City won him. He's cold as well. Chelsea fans still talking about that dusty belt. World champions. And this is why I rate PSG. PSG slapped them. And no matter what they do against us, Luis Enrique would never try and fight us. And nobody's talking about it. I'm not mocking PSG fans because there's nothing to mock. But PSG fans, like, there was riots in Paris because they made the final again. If that was us, what would have been said? And that's nothing to do with PSG. I think most normal people can see, like, this is what football's about, but crazy. If you're a Chelsea fan, watching Chelsea Football Club must be a chore at this moment. Because I know it's not the same, but watching you lot reminds me of, like, Nuno Tavares, Lokonga. He's my guy and I like him, but Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Iwobi, Smith Rowe, Pablo Marie. Not everybody's in the same thing. Like, it feels like that era at Chelsea. Santos. Liverpool fans still want Slot out. Do you know what? There's rumours that you lot want to give him a new deal, that he maintains you lot's faith. And it's a weird one because you never know. He might turn it around. He did win the league. There are some circumstances where you can't just solely blame Arnie Slot in it. There are some excuses to hide behind. And another one is not even one to praise him. It's like, who do Liverpool get? Now, cool, they got on. You could take the dim view or the positive view. Slot come from nowhere. He won the league. But that might tell you maybe they've sniffed around other managers, other potential managers in, you know, Xabi Alonso, for example. What if Liverpool reached out to him and said, listen, we're going to cut ties with Slot at the end of the year. And Xabi Alonso is saying, at this moment in time, I don't want to get back into a job. I don't know. But retaining on Slot, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I just can't see tactically. Konate, elite. Defending on that occasion. All he would have needed is to turn a few of those draws to wins and it'd be over, brother. But then life is mad because maybe if we did that, we don't pattern in the champs. I'm finding copium where there's none. But we should have been doing what Liverpool did last year when it's all said and done. Like, they just ran away with it. They were partying. But weren't meant to be. But if we do the double, oof. But I do think we're winning the Prem, but tomorrow will tell me everything I need to know. We win that, I think it's done. Kanate lumps it forward. And imagine City lose tonight against Brentford, which we will be doing a watch along. But just imagine they lose tonight. And against Bournemouth. Generational memes of Semenyo if Bournemouth take anything from City. What do you lot think of Areola from Bournemouth to Crystal Palace? Sideward step makes sense, especially because Gladner's won a Community Shield, an FA Cup, in a Conference League final. Right, you're not going to get better than that at Palace. And plus, they're going to have Europe as well, again. Oh. Arteta done a great job at Arsenal. It's been a great turn of events. But now his thing, Arteta's thing is just trophies now, man. Realistically, like when it's all said and done, like I've always said this about the guy. I'm not an Arteta apologist. You lot call me mad. And I'm going to say it again. I do think he's a tactical genius. I do think he's a footballing genius. Of course, I'm not saying he's the best. He's got things to learn. But like if I remove the Arsenal thing, I do believe that. Like I'd love to sit and talk ball with him. I do think he does good things. He's made Arsenal competitive. We've gone toe to toe with whatever. It's silverware now, bro. It's silverware. Because if I really do believe that about you, and I really do rate a couple of these players, and when it's gone left for us at some occasions, like the League Cup final, you know, we're getting close. Like this year, we've got close in the last few years. Oh, sorry, Cucurella's in here. Cucurella's gone for goal. It's whistled wide. It's here with Gusto. Gusto puts a decent ball into the box. Yeah, like we've got close. And then technically this year we've got closer in the sense that back-to-back semi-finals, you're now in a final of the Champions League. The League Cup, I can bitch about that now and all of that until the cows come home. But weren't getting to finals, got to a final, didn't get over the line. Still remains to be seen with the champs. The Prem. We've done a lot of good stuff. But until you shake that tag off your name, there is an element of that. There is as much as, and then this is why this whole Arteta debate is a techie one, because I do think both sides have a lot of truth in them, because then you can flip it and then say there is an element of truth that, one, if you don't get over the line, might have to try something new, but then who do you get? And if it's a who do you get thing, it could get better, it could get worse, but you have to 10 toes down in that. But then you could also say if nothing changes, nothing changes. So now, Gaffer, let's get over the line, because I do think as a club, bro, we are the reason that when it's all said and done, we're in the champs, we're still fighting in the Prem. But we're also the reason that we rubbed out in the FA Cup again. Everybody shut the bed in the League Cup. Historically underachieving in the champs. This year, like I said, positively, you're the reason there. We are the reason that this Premier League, like I shouldn't be, listen, we can only do with reality, but if the world was ideal, I shouldn't be going into West Ham away right now and thinking about, oh, yeah, if we win, we've won the league. If anything, we should be running bants about Spurs. Like, oh, remember when you lot wanted to lose against City on purpose? Obviously, we want to win every game, but still, you just want to see them lose their shit. Fufana, Gusto, Cole Palmer. I'm not going to lie. I do disagree with the rogue shouts about Cole Palmer and Foden not going to the World Cup. But if Tuchel is on a Max Dowman, Rio, roll call up someone that get Barry a jet to the parade. Barry, Murillo, we can't forget Thomas Frank's contributions. We cannot forget Liam Rossiter's contributions. Not only to, because we slapped them, but the funniest manager in the last whenever, in it. Funny. They're all invited. Can't forget about Thomas Frank as well. Cannot forget about him. Cucurella. Oh, to be fair, he's right to be vexed at you there, because Cucurella looked to play a give and go, and I can't lie, from Cucurella, he actually pulled into a lot of space. Caicedo's found Cucurella here. Cucurella forced to go home. But if Hato saw it and did it, Liverpool could have had some defending to do. Ball over the top, Cucurella. Oi, you're not DG. You see my goal. You're not DG. Cut your hair, you would have got there faster and you might have scored. Kirk is slow to get out, playing everybody on side. And Gravenberch. Oh, to be fair, I think it's hit his chin. any other body part, it rolls into the path. Not gonna lie, man. I need this season to end. I'm finished. Oh, it's been a lot of swings and roundabouts, man. It's been a lot of swings and roundabouts. It's been a lot of madness. The game we love, football, eh? Oh, Levi Cole almost played himself into problems. In fact, Teleli's been fouled. It's like I haven't been able to have full sleep since November. And I want to throw one superstition out there. Oh, it's Van Dijk actually putting people on side there. Pep Guardiola, congratulations. He won Manager of the Month for April. What are we saying? Bournemouth, Brentford. What are we saying? Incredible karma that Spurs will be desperate for us to win the next game. Could play Champions League with Bournemouth. I don't get it personally, but I guess it's London. But I hear that, but they must have. Do you know what? It must be a hindsight thing. It has to be. We're gonna have to look at that in 6 or so months and look at it and say, okay, that's why he went there. Because with the greatest of respect to Crystal Palace, that decent club to manage, all of those kind of things. We love Crystal Palace if it makes sense, really, when you compare other clubs. But Bournemouth are sniffing around Europe. Feels like their project's a bit more aggressive. Feels like ever so slightly they more replace the players they kind of lose. A more competitive side. Crystal Palace, as much as I say that, you say this, as people say, football's all about winning. However, they've managed this. Crystal Palace are in a Conference League final. They're obviously been established in the in the Premier League. They're getting into a Conference League final. They've won an FA Cup. They've won a Community Shield. They could sit there and say we are a winning club. But then it feels like they got to do more replay, like Gurhi's cut, Eze's cut. The manager who's done all of these things for you is cutting. I don't know where you lot view it, but I don't know if Adam Walton's always, at some point they're gonna have to replace him. But I don't think he's gonna cut at this moment. I think their fullback's gone, Munoz. I think he just goes Spain somewhere. Pardon me, I don't know. I don't make sense of it really. And with the greatest of respect to Crystal Palace and away from Bournemouth, he surely could have. Maybe he likes the Prem in it, but he could have sniffed around a decent job in Spain or something. What a goal that was from Gravenberch, man. The league is done. Thank you to whoever handed Pep Manager of the Month. See, you're with me. You're with me. But then again, am I being a hypocrite? Because Bournemouth, in 6 months from the point of the Premier League, starting, they've lost at some point. No, is it really 6 months? 6, 8 months. 6, 7, 8 months. They've lost Howson. They've lost Semenyo. Someone needs to buy Alex Scott. I'd have him at Arsenal. Frimpong. Is Simon Jordan gassed at how Palace are doing? I don't know, to be fair. We're doing a hate along for the City game, DG. Yes, we'll be there. We'll be there. They said the difference between Sanchez and Raya was the defense in front of them. So, and this is what I mean. Some people need to learn how to hold L's because you can't come out with these statements, and not be held accountable. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I've had rogue shouts. But the audacity. Because one, it's stupid. Sorry for having a good goalkeeper and having a good defender. Like, what the hell? If I'm going out and I wear a nice shirt, sorry for having nice trainers. Like, it doesn't really make sense. And regardless of what you say, we all know how football works. As much as I rate Saliba, Gabriel, this, that, and the other, Rice when he sweeps, Raya's bailed out the mandem as well. The audacity. Where's Reece James, by the way? It's just dawned on me. Enzo Fernandez has a free kick. Game's kind of slowed down as well, if I'm honest. Enzo Fernandez, that's a decent ball. Oh! It's trickled all the way in. It's terrible. That is terrible. Wait, if you found to touch it. It looked like, I think Enzo Fernandez bagged that. He's just put a free kick in a splendid area. And how that's gone in, we need a replay. It's 1-1 though. Boy. Game on. That's poor from Liverpool. We need to see that again. I don't want to go around accusing. But we all probably thought that was gonna trickle wide. And somehow we've just seen it go into the far post. And to be fair, Enzo, it's a decent move. If he doesn't technically get the goal, Fofana claim that. Does Fofana get a touch on that? Maybe his studs do. I don't know, man. I don't think Chelsea would care. It's gone in the back of the net. Getting done up by PE teachers is crazy. Crazy works. It's 1-1. Well, remember when they thought, let's lose to 115 FC so they can win the league? Well. And to be fair, I think there's many logical football fans, even in Spurs fan bases. And the same goes for West Ham. But I remember seeing on social media West Ham fans singing along with City because they won the league and mocking Arsenal. Chelsea could be in here again. Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo. Okay, that's the move done realistically. Oh, João Pedro, wavy Brazilians. Gabriel Jesus scored against it. Cucurella. That looks to have given a new lease of life to Chelsea. Rio and Gomoa can't sweep it clear for Liverpool. There's pressure from Chelsea. Give and go by Enzo. Gusto tries to pull it in. Enzo again. I can't lie. Liverpool are dodgy defensively in it. So is Chelsea. So for us neutrals, this is going to be a game. Jorgensen. But Chelsea look like they found some confidence. Santos. Palmer. They found him. Yeah, he gets a touch. Reece, no games. He's at it again. That's horrible. Do Chelsea have a length physio again? You're horrible, you, man. Boy, he's a madman. We'll be in the next Club World Cup. Should we take that seriously and sack the energy drink cup? Nah, I want everything, man. I want everything. Purely because since we moved to this stadium, we've been in a surplus of silverware. We need everything. We need to be winning trophies that are not even trophies. We need to be winning the Club World Cup. Like, no one don't care about that. Boy, you're moving bad. What big money Chelsea flop signing do you see Arteta going for next season? We all know it's happening. Big signing now. I think, you know what? If I had to put money on the Chelsea player, I actually think he's likely to move from Arsenal from Chelsea to Arsenal. Nicholas Jackson. Now, if I had to bet on one horse in the race, I'd say him. And is it? I'm also just asking this: is it the worst of shouts? Provided you do other things in the market, is it the worst of shouts? Oh, Chelsea could be in here. Enzo could get a second if he hits that cleanly. Instead, it's straight into Marmadashvili. Liverpool have gone to sleep defensively. Curtis Jones getting vexed at the ref because he ran into him. What is going on defensively at Liverpool? Completely going to sleep. Time after time after time after time. What is going on there? And although Liverpool taking the lead, Chelsea did start the game better. They did start it. I used the term fast subjectively, but isolated to what Chelsea have been in the last 6 games, fast. And then dropped off, and now it's back. Liverpool, I don't know, man. They just got. It's like their midfield, and most importantly, their defense in all phases of play, especially dead balls, smoking serious chronic. And if Cole Palmer fancies waking up, a player like him, just like Enzo's done, can make some magic happen. Is Cole Palmer better than Max Dowman to watch? Because this is the nonsense that other fans do about my players. Because when we win the league, we're running all that. For some players, we can run the entertainment night. Boy, why Jackson? Nelly Jackson, Nonny, please, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been saying you got me. I've slightly been asking you lot this bare times, isn't it? You need to stop this Nicholas Jackson stuff. Call me crazy. But AFCON. Jackson might be able to. I'm just saying, I've all the we know we're not gonna get. Just hear me out. if I could get Cole Palmer, João Pedro, if Enzo wasn't racist, him, who else? Starvio, like all the bait ones, I would. Then there's a gap below. If there was a hattle going, discount, I don't mind buying some crepes at Chelsea again. A little gusto, if we get rid of Ben White, he can play left back, he can play right back. I hear it. I'm on that Chelsea loyalty card. I'm kind of on that. I could even hear Cucurella if Lewis Skelly's playing in midfield. I could even hear that. No, I'm joking with that one slightly. But out of the reballs that they still have, for some reason, I think there's 3 names. The worst of the lot, and we can't even be that stupid, is Garnacho. The second is a player that we was linked with for years. Could be Pedro Neto. The Athletic said they're a fan of him and all of that. It could be him. Nicholas Jackson can play left wing. I'm just saying, there's a job there. Right, imagine a front line of Nelly, Jackson, and Noni. Fifano doesn't get on the ball. Shameless claim. Big up DG. Both these teams, absolute toilet. Lord Jackson and Gyökeres up front will be peak. No centre-back can handle those two physically. I don't think Jackson is the worst of players. Like, if I'm completely honest, I know this is a shit way to judge it. And for what it's worth, I'm not saying to buy him as well. I'm just saying I hear it if we have to go over there, innit? If I'm honest, Nicholas Jackson is better than all the out-and-out strikers at Chelsea that are eligible to play in the Premier League at this moment in time. That Strasbourg striker they bought, that, he's going to, their captain, I forgot his name. They bought him, Chelsea have bought him. He starts here. And Leon Delap, you're a shit, Rio loved that. He was fouled there, ref, that's bait. Enzo does foul him. Rio's a baller. Needs to get back to balling. I'm sure he would have come through at Chelsea and whatnot, but it just justifies. Sometimes as a young player, you got to take your career in your own hands, because no matter what I do say about Arne Slot and all those things, but you're 16, 17 in playing Premier League football. And been on, like, you're a first team player, arguably. So the move from Chelsea to Liverpool is that Chelsea's academy is fantastic, like, if I'm honest. They do claim a couple youngsters from others. But yeah, so you're going to miss out on some. If I was a Chelsea fan, the fact that Musiala and Rio, like, between them, ain't played a professional game for Chelsea, it would pay me. Kirkes, Van Dijk. Liverpool are going to lose today. Van Disney going to bust out them Epstein Island movies. This guy. We could tempt Enzo to come to the new champions. Enzo, good player, but it's a no for me still. I couldn't watch it. Cease and desist, DG. Let Chelsea keep their players. We are linked with Enzo, brother. Why? I just think that's journalists, man. No one credible is talking about that. Yeah, I can't say his name. Eggmanger. No, he's holding bench when he goes Chelsea. He probably is. But I'm just saying right now, from what I see on the pitch, like, and how Chelsea's season has panned out. When João Pedro hasn't gone up front, bro, Nicholas Jackson should be part of the squad. All your other attackers are way worse. No one can swear they've seen Jeremy Kittens kick a ball. Nobody. Even Sancho, he's not there anymore. They should have kept him. Garnacho's dog water. Tired. And that was one of them. You just knew it wasn't going to bang. They missed Noni. If I remember correctly, I remember like a sunny day, first game of the season. I remember, did Noni play against Liverpool? I remember thinking, oh, there might be a method to the madness here. Shiro Hato, use your right peg, lad. Uses his left. And to be fair, don't matter how you do it, just that you do it. He found Cole Palmer. Gusto. A game like this would be perfect for Reece James. Cole Palmer. Ooh. Credit where due. Sent 2 man for a bagel. Goes back for a next one. Finds Enzo, whose first touch, crazy to say, lets him down. Rio and Gamoa. The ball is on the pitch. Show us something. McAllister. Kirkes. Great bit of play. The deluded Guna Arsenal should sign Alejandro Garnacho and Nicholas Jackson. You don't want the best from our football club. You don't support us. Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, Rice, Elise, Musiala. Who else did Chelsea let go? I'm trying to be happy, Bundy's links. I was joking that we'd go for Enzo, and then I saw the links. Nah, that one's got to be cap, man. That's like, bro, ain't they got a price tag of like 100 million on his head? Come on. Van Dijk, Gravenberch, you kicked off the scoring today with a great goal. Both teams struggling to keep hold of the ball, people. We've got 2 minutes of added on time. It's 1-1 between Chelsea and Liverpool at the moment. Oh, I can't like. Oh, wow. Caicedo tried to cross turn and lost the ball. And now Chelsea have it back. Fair play. That is a foul on Caicedo, if I'm honest. Pardon me. Yeah. We'll try that tomorrow, Pop. We'll call him E-Man. E-Man. See, there you have it. There you have it, lad. My 2-2 shot ain't looking bad. It's not looking bad. I feel like upping the stakes and saying 3-3. Well, there's 30 seconds left of this half. Arsenal will launch their home kit for the 2026-27 season on Thursday, May 14th. So when's it come out? We're going to need that for next season. Well, for the parade. Oh, Jeremy Frimpong could be in here. Nah, he can't keep on the pitch. Surely that's the last kick of the game, ref. Surely, referee. What's going on? And that, as I said, is the last kick of the first half of this game, people. What have we made of it so far? What have we made of it so far? What's your favourite Arsenal kit, home and away? Easy. Invincible season. Home and away. Oh. The gold kit we won the league at Old Trafford with. We've had some nice blue kits throughout the years as well, man. We've had some very nice blue kits. See that 07-08 third shirt with the stripes. That's another one. We've had some nice kits throughout the years. We've actually had some nice kits. Like, I think our white shirt this year is actually a very nice shirt. There's been a couple, man. Alejandro Jimenez will be playing for Prison FC in Belmarsh Prison. I can't lie. Yeah, man. He's doing madness. Been suspended by Bournemouth, so there's got to be an element of truth. It can't just be Twitter rumors. So, yeah, man. Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. What a lemon. He's 21 years of age. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But fair enough. That 14-15 kit, away yellow kit is nice. Yeah. What other ones are there? I think 07-08 white shirt as well. I've had some nice shirts. You know the one I thought was dead? Our first year at the Emirates. That's been our deadest kit. In fact, no. Where is it? Our deadest home shirt is the one we lost again. The one we wore in Baku. That's the deadest away. Deadest home shirt we've come out with in a minute. DG, you watched the MJ movie yet? No, I'm getting mixed reviews, man. Some people are saying it's amazing, it's making me cry, and all that kind of stuff. Some people are saying it's meaty. I don't know what's going on there. That's the season we won the FA Cup. You see, 14-15. Wait, was it? No, 15-16. The second year we won it. You see the yellow shirt when we beat Aston Villa in the final. I think that's one of our best away shirts, but I threw it away. Because I had Alexis Sanchez on it. Tired. The whole Puma era, let's just forget about it. And they made us pay all that fucking wonga for it. And them kits used to break down, man. That's one thing I get. Adidas, you're definitely not perfect. 1,000,000% you're not perfect, because we've got it weren't quite dark, it weren't quite black. But when we was in the Europa League, we had this dark kit. We had a dark kit. and I think he had yellow stripes, and also the neon one from a few years ago. You're not regulating. A lot of it is not sturdy, but there's been some mishaps. But I will give it to you, Adidas. You lot pattern the kits a lot better than Puma. You lot actually, I don't know what ingredients and materials, but you're trying a bit, man. I have a Puma kit from 17. That's solid, to be honest. Yeah, the badge on the Puma kit's faded. Yeah, no, horrible. We stink. Everything Puma made for us was terrible. I'll be honest, and they were tight. The Puma kits were tight. The one I'll give it to Puma. The tracksuits they used to have for Arsenal, like the football tracksuits, the shirts dead. Their tracksuit kind of things, they were all right. They were all right. The Puma black kit with the pink trip was cold. Hey, do you know what? Jet next door saved you one Puma. It's gone from losing 20-0 to like 21 now. Like they've scored a consolation goal because he is right. That was cold. But apart from that, what have you looked at? When Puma used to make our kits, like what immaculate kits have they made? Adidas have some immaculate kits throughout the years, and then they brought the remakes, like these kind of ones, like the original. Like Puma can't talk to them. Everything else, Puma can stand up. Juventus kits hold the best weight. I've got one Juventus shirt. Kenan Yildiz said El Mala are the players to look at bringing to the Premier League. There's rumours he's going Brighton. I had to remove that comment. It was making me sick to look at. Both these teams are mid. How did we lose to this Liverpool side? We weren't brave enough in both games. At the Emirates, we weren't brave enough. And we didn't learn. Arteta as well. Tactics from start to finish. I don't think it was brave enough against them. At Anfield, it was more of a case of you could see the games going away from us. We didn't make no changes. Should have minimum got a point. The mint green was underrated. True. The Puma home kit, the season we signed Lacazette was pretty good. I'll let you have that. No Skelly in midfield, that's why. I'll let you have that. Apart from that, it's been rubbish. Chelsea last win, that's dark. All Arsenal Puma shirts. What are you going to show us? Yeah, show me a picture, a proper picture. Oh shit, I ain't even shared my screen with you lot. Trying to see all the Puma kits. You know what? I'm hating still. I'm kind of hating. I'm hating. Dead. Hindsight dead. Can't lie. That's cold. That's the kit I was talking about with the Alexis Sanchez one. I can't lie. This one. Yeah, I'm hating. These are all hits. Dead. These are all hits. Hit. Biggest hit. Fair play. Feel like it's missing one out. So yeah. The Puma home kits were terrible. They're just walking around like Charlton, man. You know, when you put it like that, where 2017 was the lacquer kit, that was the best Puma kit as far as quality. Fair. This was dead. This was a dead one. This reminds me of Arteta. I don't know why I'm sure this reminds me of Lucas Perez. This reminds me of this reminds me of Lucas Perez. This reminds me of let's say Mesut Ozil. This reminds me of Socrates. Nah, do you know who this reminds me of? Joel Campbell, Alexis Sanchez, Santi Cazorla, Aaron Ramsey, Lichtsteiner. This was dead. Lucas Perez. What a guy. Do you want Millwall, Middlesbrough, or Southampton to come back to the Premier League? Well, Southampton can suck on one because they've started turning into Instagram baddies and trolling Arsenal. So hopefully they bottle any ambitions of going back to the top division. Millwall for the culture. Why not? Middlesbrough, Millwall. You lot do your thing, innit? Get to the playoffs. Gilberto in the O2. Oof. 2019 away, I think of Guendouzi. I completely forgot he used to play for Arsenal Football Club. I used to champion Matteo Guendouzi. Socrates. We had some dark times as Arsenal fans. Let's all play a game. Write down the shittest Arsenal signings you think you've seen in the Emirates era. Let me think. Dennis Suarez. Kallstrom. Lichtsteiner. Marquinhos. Hey, Marquinhos was dead. That's actually one of the worst signings we've made. Marquinhos was dead. Lichtsteiner was horrible, man. Absolutely horrible. Everyone go look up the gold away kit from 2002. That should be in an art gallery. One of the sexiest kits we've had. I lived through Philip Senderos and them, man, mate. Nah, man, I'll never diss Senderos because you were scrubby, but I've seen you stand up tall. You stood up tall Real Madrid away. You stood up tall. I want to say 08 AC Milan, you know. And this is why I want the Champions League because all we got is battles. Cedric Suarez never had the impact. Horrible. Terrera in midfield as well, man. F my life. Pablo Marie could barely run. And this is why I will never really... I'm so happy with our defenders, you know. Their mentality and all of that kind of stuff. Because Pablo Marie against Lukaku, I'll never forgive it. I hate defenders that are soft. I do. I'm sorry. Call me what you want to call me. But yeah, Arsenal always look elite in gold and navy just works. We don't have enough gold kits anymore, man. Cedric Suarez. 1, Willian. 2, Renison. Renison's definitely up there. I genuinely don't know how he made it pro. I couldn't believe it. No, I couldn't believe Renison. Because I remember watching that game, like, yeah, you could just see somebody's not it, man. Like, he looks like he's been plucked out of the crowd to play today when we played Man City. And to be fair, I'm sure that game, Lacazette and Martinelli, you were the only two that were actually on playing. We've had some horrible nights, man. And this is why I want trophies. Since we moved to this Emirates era, there's been some good times. But it's always been... You know one thing I've deeped of this Emirates era? You know, we've just never had a clean run. Like, some of it is self-inflicted. Like, 2014, we finally got over the line. We messed about in the league. 2015, the same. The year Arteta won the FA Cup, that came, obviously, after, you know, the season was a write-off and he took the job and it was a high to end it. I wouldn't say it's been lows this season, but we've been through a lot. Somehow, we might... It's always a movie with us. Unfortunately, it's been... A lot of the time, it's been... like Coach Carter and like Mighty Ducks, but it's down to us to write a new movie, man. Or a new ending, better yet. We need this. You need this. I need this. Hey, Mustafi takes the cake. I can't lie. I remember watching his comps and thinking he was all right. Had one game where he looked unreal and then collapsed. Do you know what's so mad about Mustafi? I remember when the sun was actually shining around Mustafi. Mustafi made me laugh because Gary Neville was gassing him. We actually had an unbeaten record for a sec with him. Yeah, he was doing too much. He was doing way too much. People, let me run downstairs and get some more water. I'll be back in a second. We'll keep this conversation flowing. Smash the like button.
Against this right back, Charlie.
And we're back, folks. Smash the like button. The conversations are flowing. We're talking about kits. Daps wants to sign Nicholas Jackson for Arsenal. You know, moving mad. Do it. So above me, I can't. If I was Arteta, I might. If I was literally Arteta and I was chatting to you, like, I might do it just to prove to you that I can. But then it might end up like the whole Brexit fiasco with David Cameron, because that's essentially what happened. Guy was clearly linked, you know. I bet you I can make the British public flirt with leaving the EU and then staying. Funny how our lives are just like, and all of us are just pawns in their hands. Can't like you lot seeing what Reform's doing. It's looking mad. Stay safe, man. Everyone stay safe. Everyone stay diligent. Yeah. Where? But yeah, where were we? Where were we, guys and girls? Andre Santos, another scrub we signed. He was scrubbed. He was a scrub, but I'm sure one year you helped us win at Chelsea away, man, where that game used to be a write-off, so I allow you. Above all, there's some players that were shit, but I allowed them because I saw some heart. This is what a lot of Arsenal fans forget. I'm not saying this right, but a lot of the quote-unquote non-negotiables that should be on a football pitch anyways were a rarity. Remember when we actually... A lot of our players used to be pussy holes, man. That's why I used to like Paulista, because I know he's scrubbed. He's going to do nonsense. He's on fighting. Remember when he got sent off at Stamford Bridge? He's on what we need him to be on. So I'm here for that. And that's why sometimes it brings a tear to my eye, the present day, man. I think we could be a bit meaner, but yeah, that's the next step. I don't mind Andre Santos. He'd produce moments. That's how I think about Nuno Tavares. Like, I think Tavares was shit, but there's some man, they're dead. Like, and let's be honest, there's an element of football that we don't talk about. Sometimes they're shit footballers. We like them. All football fans. We know they're crap, but we don't know why we like them. Francis Coquelin comes to mind. Denilson comes to mind. Paulista comes to mind. Can't lie. Big up Noni. Noni comes to mind. Martinelli comes to mind. Even a difference there. Who else is there? There's definitely a few. There's a couple, man. You get the point anyways. I'm a huge Rio Miyachi fan. Don't even at me. Bro, nobody saw him, man. He was an AI-generated character, man. Him, Pedro Buffalo, Wellington Silva. Never saw them Utes kick a ball for Arsenal Football Club. They were gassing it. They were gassing Rio. Oh, we signed someone from Japan. Obviously, with the greatest of respect to Japan, you got good players. But when you're hearing Star, you're like, it's like Odegaard coming out of Norway or Haaland, isn't it? Like, you're hearing all of that. He's wearing vapors. He's in Nike adverts. Bigger dream seller than Ganzo. Some of you won't know. Can't group Nelly with those boys. He at least had them 15 goals. He's up there. He's in the VIP section. Because Martinelli's not good. He used to be. And this is from the president of the Martinelli fan club. There was probably about 12, 18 months ago, yeah. But listen, I get things wrong. I was watching Martin and I was like, because some of you don't like him, innit? It's like, they're right about that, They're actually right. There's certain things I see. For me, it's the decision, like, we're not going to make it, Martinelli, man. So I've accepted. Martinelli makes no sense as a footballer. He turns it on in the champs. He's one of them footballers that, on occasion, they make the difficult look easy and the easy look difficult. There's a lack of consistency. Somehow he turns it on in big games and produces big moments. He does give you a lot tactically. But even when I watch his old highlights, man, there was a stage I was convinced, quietly, I never used to say it here, quietly. I thought we had Luis, we could cut that. I saw elements of Luis Suarez, elements of Alexis Sanchez. I used to think the biggest problem that we were going to face with Martinelli is, do you play him up front or do you play him off the left? I really thought he was a demon. Like, one thing I didn't co-sign is like Martinelli and Saka. I always used to say Saka's got more potential than him, but there was a point fans were debating that. Yeah. That he scored at this very ground. Weren't meant to be, eh? Zelalem as well was supposed to be the next Cesc, then he fell off. Zelalem looked nailed on as a 16-year-old, though. Still the best 18 midfielders I've seen today. You ain't seen many. To be fair, he was a baller. But I knew him and Dan Crowley weren't going to make it. And I knew they weren't going to make it purely because the Chelsea keeper sending Shabazz like shot. I knew that they weren't going to make it purely because Wenger said they're not ready physically. As a disciple of the Cole Palmer. What did I tell man? Bandili, is he offside? He's not. Shit guy finally scores. Nah, it's all love. To be fair, you need Chelsea's key players to step up, and on paper, Enzo and Cole Palmer have done that. Horrible defending by Liverpool. Horrible defending. Horrible defending on display. Pardon me. Oh, nah. And that's why Cucurella, and that's actually why Cucurella is playing in the role he is. Initially, Liverpool, I wouldn't say it's good defending, but they've dealt with the immediate threat. Van Dijk could have scored an own goal. It's a sequences of events. Liverpool might be saved here because it might be offside. I don't think it is. Oh, he is. Look at the shadows. Cucurella is. I literally think that's his hair, though. I actually think his afro is offside. I think I do think it is. I don't know. Cole Palmer. Hey. Celebrated as well. No, nobody. Have you not seen that meme, yeah? And I'm just asking a question. I ain't doing nothing. Have you not seen that meme, yeah? There's a black guy and a white guy talking on a podcast. And the white guy's asking him, like, I think the white guy's the interviewer. And he's asking him questions. And I don't know why the black guy is talking about this, but he's saying I can read books. I can read like bare books a day. And then he's like, oh, I was in special ed in school and whatnot. And he was just gassing up special ed. Like, he actually thinks special education is you can read bare books. That's how I feel about Cole Palmer. Pepe goal away versus West Ham. Very good effort. That was, do you know what? That was one of the best games that season, really. You know, shout out Freddie Lomberg, because that was the joy we got at one point. We've come a long way, man. Remember being just happy to score a goal, West Brom. Just happy to score a goal. Caicedo surely taken out there by McAllister. To be fair, there's been a lot of fouls on Caicedo that haven't been given. George, appreciate you on ramping. Good spot there, lad. Liverpool, regardless of that goal being chalked off, their food here tonight. Liverpool look like sitting ducks. If I had to put money, I'd go 2 on Chelsea, which I hope Liverpool obviously win. Shabazz, go on. Rio, go on. You've been a bit quiet, lad. 51 minutes on the clock. You've been quiet in the second half. You was great in the first. Hit that. Movie. Oh, in truth, the wrong option to Gakpo. Gakpo's on. We never saw Gakpo in the first half. I hope you've actually been a sub. Another scream of the Wolves one. Do you know who's got underrated finishes for Arsenal Football Club? Martinelli. Bakayo. Like, Saka's goal bag for us is actually quite decent. Hear me out. Yokeres. Frimpong. What's the end of that, man? Pepe was my favourite shit guy. I believed in him. No, but Pepe weren't shit. Pepe was just mandem. He just... And I'll always have love for Pepe. Is that Fifana? Fifana's day could be done. He's holding his legs. Sorry, Levi Colwill. I don't know if he's trying to run that off. He ain't played too much football this season. Pepe was just mandem, and he's just... Yeah. And big him up as well, because I remember his snap before we played Chelsea in the FA Cup. He was talking smoky and we smoked them. And that FA Cup was crazy. We went a goal down. There were some hairy moments. Levi Cole was moving like he wants to come off. Rio and Gamoa loses it. Oh, McAllister making tackles like he's Jay Spearing. What? Oh, that was a bit. He flew in there. But they're the kind of things the crowd will get behind. And Gusto's got blood in his sock as well. Not from that, just an observation. Naughty, what is that? Van Dijk, Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones gives it away. Yeah, Curtis Jones at right back. It's meaty today. It's meaty today. It's not his natural position. João Pedro finds Cucurella. Surely McAllister with some great defending. Corner kick. 2 mad tackles in quick succession. Great interception. Pepe's goal catalogue was mad. Got a great goal catalogue. Martinelli hot and cold. He's too old to be hot and cold, man. Past a certain age, you need to past a certain age. When you're a little kid, you don't want to bring a jacket outside the yard. It's childish. Past a certain age, you need to be old enough to bring a jacket. I don't want to hear hot and cold. He'll be the one to score the win in the champs, just like Kai. Back then, Wenger could sell us on any youth being a wonder kid. Nah, there's a couple I didn't believe in. Fran Marie, I called that early. They were the Emirates Cup stages where they used to play the young players as well. Nah, dead. There's nothing such fabulous about him, apart from being Spanish. Dead. Pardon me. We've had a couple dead. The Icefield youngster. I know some of you know I'm talking about dead. There's some that you can see would have went off and had a career. Cameron, who's gone and done that, played for some other clubs. Lino Salso. Them kind of ones that people are crying about, you know. Because people never actually watched him. Because, like you said, meaty. Really meaty. Dennis Suarez was so limp. Giroud. I've never got the love affair. What do you mean you're turning off? I've never got the love affair for him. I've never got the love affair for Nicholas Bentner. To the point where I think people should have more love for Van Persie than Bentner. You don't forget the fuckery Bentner used to do, bro. Just a dumb youth, man. Like, bro, you're not forgetting the Nou Camp Nou, where we're just about to celebrate. We're watching the ball go in the back of the net. Who's prevented it from going in? An Arsenal player. Did he not do that in the North London derby once? I can't lie, man. When we got smoked that time in the North London derby, I was fully on Team Adebayo when he tried to smoke him. And you neaky Arsenal fans started, some of you neaky Arsenal fans, oh my God, Lord Bentner, oh my God. Let me not lie, though. You did score 1-2 decent goals for us. But you were shit as well. Oi, Gravenberch, flicks. Shabosnai, flicks. Kirkes loses it. Bro, I can't believe my eyes. Caicedo skipped past him and passed the ball forward. Enzo Fernandez. João Pedro. There's not been enough people. You know what? João Pedro has to work with too many scraps in this Chelsea side. Because if they could get people around him and supporting him, he actually could get some change out of this. Icefield ran the show in the Reading 5-7 Cup game. Do you know what? To be fair, he did mash works. Remember Vela? He actually became good after he left. I knew he weren't going to make it, man. Another one. He was just too lightweight. Scored some cracking finishes in the cup for us, though. And that West Brom loan, it didn't bang. Santos. Enzo loses it. Gravenberch. Oh, surely Caicedo's clattered into him. Curtis Jones sat Enzo Fernandez on his life. As the Arab commentators them say. They're the littiest ones. Jeremy Frimpong. This is where it dies, Liverpool. Let me not hate on them, man. Let me not hate. Yes! Oi! Don't hate. Don't hate. Don't hate. Somebody hated. They must really be deluded. Somebody hated. I know. Told, man. There's an offside. Okay. I don't mind eating humble pie, but I didn't want to eat it then. Because that was really cursing the commentator. It wasn't even Frimpong's fault, to be fair. He actually did his job. I don't know. Yeah, Gakpo is offside. He is offside. Fine margins in both ends. So both teams have put it in the back of the net before offsides have chalked it off. Cole Palmer and Curtis Jones. I wonder if Tuchel's watching the game. But are you going Budapest? Not at this moment in time. Nah, man, you don't need VAR for that. Linesman, to be fair, got it spot on. DG, you can't hate Lord Bentner and love Gyökeres. Yeah, I can. Gyökeres is what you don't pretend Bentner was. Gyökeres has mashed all our works. End of the day, we signed Gyökeres, touching our first Champions League final of the Emirates era, touching our first Champions League final in 20 odd years. We lost the League Cup, but let's be honest, him and Saliba were the only ones that saw it. Big moment. Whatever you say about how scrubby he is on the ball, great save from a Szoboszlai effort who's appealing for a handball. Whatever you say about Gyökeres, he's mashed works. He's mashed works. He gets the most out of his limitations than a couple men in our side that can do everything. At least I know what I'm going to get with you. I know what I'm going to get from Nelly and Noni, but I don't at the same time. And I don't necessarily from a couple players in terms of form. There's appeals for a handball. I mean, you've seen them given, but that's a shag. What's he supposed to do? What is Hatto supposed to do with his hand? Bro, football is not a stationary game. Just run a corner. I think it is a corner. I don't know. Sometimes they pan to the cameraman. You don't know what's going on. It is a corner. Life is resuming. I don't blame the Liverpool men for calling for it, but you know you're not getting that. You don't know until you ask. I guess Liverpool fans invented, or better yet, as a club, invented short corners because they've taken one. And Curtis Jones, I saw the idea, to be fair. The application was horrible. I'm not quite sure what Chelsea were looking to do there, but Mahmoudashvili lumps it further forward. Keeper to keeper there. Goal kick to Chelsea. Perez was a fine Arsenal player. Nah, you can't get handball. The time in the season you play a team is everything you know. Why couldn't we be going Anfield now? It's true, but then there's a couple of grounds we might even have to be thankful that we got them out the way. I do think that obviously their season's been poor, but I do think Newcastle away comes to mind. And like you said it there. This is another reason where there's many to like in this. There's many things we could talk about from the League Cup game against City, from the game at the Etihad against City. But this is why, for all of them, one of the most frustrating performances for me this season, because there's a lot of things to like, was the game against City at the Emirates. Should have won that. Even me, I get like second half, we had City pending, they took off Haaland, we was on them, but then we forget we was chasing the game. We made a stupid mistake in the first half when they scored, and we was chasing the game. So yeah, timing is everything. So we've got some. Hey, speaking of timing, we have to be thankful that Crystal Palace last day of the season. Hopefully that they've patterned what they need to pattern. They know who's probably going to be the next manager. They're playing in Europe. They got final. Let's just worry about what we got, man. Gyökeres has always been available, unlike a lot of our forwards over the years. Has Gyökeres met your expectations? He probably exceeded mine. People talk like he was 100 mil. He's the same price as Havertz or Solanke. Pardon me. People forget that because Gyökeres' stats at Sporting were abnormal, because what you see on the pitch from Gyökeres sparks a lot of debate. Because of, scoring goals in the Championship, in Portugal, and then in the Prem, there's a talking point. Mikel Arteta's tactics. A lot of the time we looked at games and there is an element of truth. We just needed someone who could put the ball in the back of the net. Then the projected Jorgensen's hooked it clear. Then the whole saga of him from Sporting to Arsenal. That's why and the Arsenal tax anyways, of just an Arsenal, someone wearing an Arsenal shirt breathing, media comes out. All of these added into one lets people go away from reality. I would say Gyökeres is, yeah. There was a point in the season that I was very concerned for you. Looked like you lost your confidence. Because look how you didn't score against Atletico Madrid in the first half, but how you put yourself about. There was times where you done that, of course, in the first half of the season, and there was times where you wasn't. We've come a long way, though, because Gyökeres fans, we were saying, when he comes off, teams start going further forward, dead. When you work hard, you get your luck, and, he works his nut off. He's scoring his goals. Is he going to, in an ideal world, we've got a better striker, but it's calm, man. He's shown that he can hang here. He can make it happen. Obviously, a game like if the Atletico Madrid game, if I could assure you that that's generally how Gyökeres is going to play, then great. But we all know in terms of the system, it still breeds itself to a false nine. I got a lot of time for Gyökeres, man. I love Gyökeres because he has a chip on the shoulder. He's always been told he's not good enough. The man is hungry. You need that to excel. Yeah, man, he's just on the trenches. Who do you think we're getting in the summer? Mervin, I wish I had a clue. You got to ask hand of Arsenal or something. He didn't say Livramento is 100% joining Arsenal, but he said something along the lines of Livramento is convinced he's going to Arsenal this summer. Probably that. In fact, I do know. Hincapié. I'm being silly, but yeah, Hincapié. Not a clue. Hope Morgan Rogers. I'd love Morgan Rogers, man. But if I could wake up and sign any player for Arsenal, beyond the obvious names, man, do we? Caicedo surely fouled their ref agrees with me. My only thing with Gyökeres is what happened to his left foot. In Portugal, he was banging them left and right. That's a good point. You're going to have to find that then, Gyökeres. His highlights had me gassed. I knew it weren't going to bang. I looked at Gyökeres and thought, people are going to think you're something you're not. But I know you're going to get goals. And I thought if people like genuinely thought he's going to start, like he's going to make himself first choice, probably not, because I still think it's Kai. But what Gyökeres is doing, you're giving Arteta, you're giving Arteta food for thought. I think when you just consider Gyökeres' butters on the pitch, as I keep saying, it's so ugly, it's beautiful. If it was up to me, I'm not going to lie. Sign it, Julian Alvarez. You got him and Gyökeres up front. One more year, Kai, just in the squad. You never know. Strange things have happened. Miles Lewis-Skelly, Zubimendi, Declan Rice, another centre mid. I kind of want less players that can play here, there, and everyone and everywhere. I kind of want some specialists, man. So yeah, I don't really team Alvarez or team other striker and Gyökeres versus Kai and Marino as consistent options up front. In fact, even that, Marino stays. You got clutch moments in you. We need some serious midfielders. I know it's Zubi's first season, but I think he lacks real bravery to break the lines and receive under pressure. Nah, lad, that you're hating. Don't worry, man. He's moved to big bad London. He's gonna next season. You're gonna see him. And I'm not saying you're saying this, but everyone's forgetting how Zubi was moving in the first half of the year. That's a ball. Cucurella, can he take that in his stride? Just about. It's not the best. It's got it in Liverpool's box. Has he earned the corner? It's actually gone out for a goal kick. That's quite poor. I feel like Gyökeres gets more flack than Isak. Probably does, but Isak, I'm not being funny. I do think I've always, as much as I like Gyökeres, the whole Isak thing is forced, bro. Like, if you're gonna criticize Isak, it has to be like, along the realms of Liverpool's signed X, Y, and Z. Maybe they should have spent the money on this and that. Did they need him when they got Hugo Ekitike? In terms of Isak, it can't be, because I think he'll be back to his best next season. And it's been Real and Gamo's coming off, by the way, and it's injuries. Like, it's genuinely injury. It's nothing to do with him. Like, you can't stay fit. When you are fit, you're part of the mess that's at Liverpool because they're not doing the business on the training field. I think it's forced, man. I can't cap. Yeah, man. He's had injuries and that. After that United mistake, he hasn't been the same to me. I do agree first half of the season he was decent. He's got that idiot thing in his game. And midfielders do it. That is something, because he did that against Spurs. He did that against, like you said, against United. I have said, and I hope I'm wrong, and it is just speculation, because who am I? But the way he's been moving, I can hear losing confidence and all that, but a lot of the times we've been consoling him to the point where I think, is he going through something off the football field? Which I hope is not the case. One thing I have said from the jump, I trust Zubimendi when it's either a chess match in big games or, it's, I don't know, it's us against Areola. In fact, 9 times out of 10, every game in the Premier League where mid blocks, low blocks, a lot of it is side to side. See the games where it's a crazy English game, where it's just up and down. That's where I think he struggles. But I think you'll get there. Zubi is quality. People need to chill out. But this season in the World Cup, man, is going to burn out. Well, I mean, Rodri could still be first choice for Spain. Pardon me. And that goes for Rice as well. Was the major reason I didn't think spending that kind of money on him was right for us. Rio being subbed is quite harsh. Easiest thing to do, check out the young one. Szoboszlai with a free kick. Can he put Liverpool ahead? Technically, both teams have put the ball in the back of the net. And owing to offside, the scoreline hasn't been added to. Szoboszlai, what's he going to do here? Whistlers it across into the box. It's horrible. He's found no one. It's a Chelsea throwing deep in their own territory. Yeah, man can't shit on Gyökeres. Because let's be honest, we got a scumbag striker. If we played in more scumbaggy ways, there's better tappings there. That's all I want from Gyökeres. If you score them Inter finishes and who else is it? The Inter Milan finish. I'm sure Leeds at the beginning of the season. I want the Kai's found you. Well, the goals you scored Leeds away. The goal against Burnley, like the tap-ins against Atletico, Southampton. I want that from Gyökeres. Just be a striker. But yeah, 20 plus goal contributions. But at the end of the day, they're not going to be fair to him because despite doing all of that, he's not fancied. So yeah, his signing has worked out. And that tells you that above all, yeah, mentality is different. Mentality is probably the most important thing. João Pedro and Curtis Jones getting into a bit of verbal. I don't mind it. Scouser versus crazy Brazilian. Go on. How's it harsh they brought on 130 mil player? Oh, you'll be in one of them, man. Zubimendi is quality, but he doesn't have the physical strength to hold off players. Odegaard needs to stop with the back passing too. We've got a good midfield. MLK. Miles Lewis Skelly, I think you mean in there too. Lewis Skelly's cold. I hope Arteta's seen the light on a consistent basis. Or Curtis Jones couldn't find anyone. Kanate. Jeremy Frimpong. But why is there better verbal? Why is it like some of the Chelsea players, they do this annoying thing? You've seen Curtis Jones and João Pedro getting into it. You've seen Cucurella and Frimpong having a bit of words. It's heating up now. It's heating up. I wonder how much, obviously I have to watch the games on mute, but I wonder how much the fans play a part in this. Cody Gakpo. Szoboszlai goes for goal. Oh my, he's smashed the front post. Only Paul Scholes and Wayne Rooney could probably hit a ball that hard, or Roberto Carlos. He's absolutely walloped that. He tried to go hard and low, literally. To be fair, I don't know if it would have went in. The keeper did have it covered, but he's hit the near post. And another day, he strikes that a millimeter different. It strikes off the inside of the post, so goes in and changes the game. Jeremy Frimpong up against Cucurella. You know you fouled him. Cucurella's being a twat. You know you fouled him. And that's surely got to be a yellow card. We signed another left back, DG. Maybe. Probably. Only signing left backs. But if I spent 130 million on a player, I'm giving him minutes. All right, Pundit. All right. Could have taken off Gakpo as he wasn't really influencing the game. Exactly, man. Gakpo not doing nothing. It's just because you know what? Because you lump it into the box, Gakpo might score a header, or is it because Gakpo's your boy? Curtis Jones. Bro, I can't even lie to you. And I get build-up playing all that kind of jazz. In fact, no, I don't. I do, but I don't. It's just dawned on me. Like, Jeremy Frimpong has been playing further ahead of Curtis Jones all day. Listen, Arnie Slot, you're a professional manager. I'm not, but what the hell? Ooh, Jeremy Frimpong. Ooh. Gravenberch. McAllister. Jones. Jeremy Frimpong. Back to Gravenberch here. Back to Frimpong. Jones. Gravenberch. Fuck it up. Patient build-up play. Not fun for us neutrals. That's a ball from Jones. Finds no one. Glock is doing fine. People calling him a flop or deluded. The guy's a beast. His work rate is amazing. And he's got the goals now, man. He's getting the goals. So you lot deal with whatever problems you got. Curtis Jones. Enzo's fouled him, surely. Yellow card, surely. Enzo and Kanate getting into it now. Has Jones bought that? I'm not sure. If 21 goals and counting is a flop, I don't even know what some of these other strikers are exactly. No, but like they know this. It's cool to mock Gyökeres. We know he's not like the guy everyone's ever going to universally be sold on. Because that's my thing. People don't want to that be fair, because when it wasn't working out on the naked eye for Gyökeres, Oh, that's right. Everyone was doing that "I told you so" thing and blah blah blah, and all the scrutiny he's gone through. And even if you don't rate him, you have to admire that it's a great achievement. The goals he's got. I think he can fashion more shots for himself. I think, like, as much as I think tactics and all that, I think there's so much, like, in life, you have to control the controllables. I think you need to fashion more shots for yourself. And if I'm honest with you, when it comes to your careers, one thing I wish I could tell you, just as a fan, watching the games week in, week out, I think you're too honest. And what I mean by that is, you're getting like, bro, if you want the foul, we all can see people are banging off your face and grabbing your face and doing madness, but you really got to let the ref know. Because you do your best to stay on your feet, you're tough as old boots. The Prem's not that thing, bro. It's WWE out here. So make sure you get your fouls. Ironically, the only time I think you've done it, and you did oversell it, even though there was contact, was Newcastle. So I know you can do it. He's a warrior, man. And that's why adversity, on a serious note, adversity in life and adversity in football, that's why background checks on individuals are good, because sometimes they get over a line. You might need man that are hungry, bro. Like, there's bare other strikers that can fit the system and all of those kind of things, and the heat maps and the pressing and all that jazz. But when it's the belly of the beast, you've got a goal, you're trying to get over the line, you need people to stand up to be counted. He's done it, innit? So that's why I don't care about any of that stuff. And I know there's a role for your Chris. If we sign a strike, if we could find the next Lewandowski or Haaland or a Kane or that elite bracket of strikers, the rarity in the market, if we got our hands on the next one, I'm happy as Larry, because you've got someone that can be a champagne version of Chris Wood and a bad boy striker. And then one of Kyle Marino, you look can stay, you know, I'm not really for it, but occasional cup games and that, you get games in midfield, you're a body to cover. You do have them, like, especially Marino. One thing I like about Marino is you just have the habit of getting some goals when we need it, man. Pardon me. And you're intelligent. It's just, it's harsh to say a Euros winner and everything you're doing is lacking in ability. And to be fair, João Pedro hits the target, it's 2-1. He's lacking in ability, but I just don't think you're that upper echelon. You don't, but you're very intelligent. I got a lot of time for Mikel Marino, but I'll be honest, less of the Madueke signings, less of the Marinos, the Kai Havertzes. We need that je ne sais quoi now. Because at the end of the day, Mikel Arteta, you're doing well. Eze's a step in the right direction. And I know I'm a hypocrite after just defending Gyökeres, but this is Arsenal Football Club. We're an institution. We've always had wavy players. The 70s, the 80s, the English Dons, the all sorts of countries, the Mersons, the Hilebs, notice how I'm not even, we'll be here all day, talk about Dennis Bergkamp and this one and that one and Omri and that. We need these guys, man. Max Dowman's come from the academy. This is the technical level I want to see. Saka is what I want to see. Eze is what I want to see. Odegaard, your technical ability has never been in question. It's more so the other things. What is Arnie Slot doing here? Is that just one sub? Joe Gomez for Gakpo. Okay, Chiesa's coming aside because I wanted to see the knock-on effect, because there's obviously going to be some chopping and changing, people playing different positions. Konate's come off. So what is that? Gomez straight centre half. Gomez and Chiesa are on. Joe Gomez is someone, whenever I see him, unless you're playing Arsenal, but you personally, I want to see you score, because apparently he's never scored for Liverpool. He's been a massive serviceman there. To be honest, I think our poor transfers hurt us the past 6 years. What I big up the Back of the Net podcast, my guy. What signings you think will take us to the next level? You got to be grabbing them Julian Alvarez's and them Morgan Rogers, and obviously you can't get Doué now, but the Doués, the Carrot Skelliers, like, need couple more of Eze step in the right direction. Like, these kind of guys, Rice step in the right direction. Like, these are the ones. No more of them Chelsea rejects as well, hard scope. Like, this is the line we've got to cross. You either, because obviously you can't sign these guys, but just generally, if you were trying to, in an ideal world, if Bayern are trying to sell Elise, say, and, you know, Aston Villa decide they want to get rid of Morgan Rogers, you're now looking at 70 all the way to 100 million. So do you go and buy? You either be prepared to pay that when they're obviously reaching this level. Or you go and find the Mo Salahs when he's in Italy, the Gundogans and Kevin De Bruyne's when they're in Germany. All of these kind of the Manes at Southampton. We need to kind of do that then. But one thing's certain, like we need certain others. I want Kripke, but Bournemouth probably not going to sell him this summer. And again, in this current day and age, you're looking at money. But bring him though. Good move by Liverpool, but bad execution. 12 minutes left of this game. Oh! Van Dijk with a towering header. He's saying he's being pushed. Van Dijk's strength goes against you then because you're being pushed. You still risk the tallest. And his header has hit the crossbar. Okay, what's going on here? Reece James is getting all handsy with Chiesa. Gusto has apparently brought down McAllister. I didn't see nothing. Oh, he's hit the crossbar. Hella pushing, though. Oh, hella handsy from that set piece. In this summer window, we must get a left winger and a right back and a centre mid and a striker wouldn't go amiss after that. I think they might say they get away with it, though. If they gas Norgard to stay one more year, Lewis Skelly, Rice, Zubi, if it's up to me, I think Norgard leaves anyways, but I need to be looking at 4 genuine options to play in that pivot. So for me, that's Lewis Skelly, that's Rice, that's Zubimendi, that's next one. I don't want to add work where there's none, but if you keep you are going to have a Norgard, a Kai, a Marino, the Ezes, the other guys. You never know what life might throw at you. There's basically 11 minutes of normal time left. You're going to need that kind of thing. If you can get me another striker, whether that's an A-class striker, fighting with Gyökeres or someone in the B or C bracket that can rotate, maybe fight him and all those things. Goes without saying, Marquis needs to be... I need to look at that left wing like, wow. I need to watch pre-season. We need to sign this guy. We're doing all the scouting vids and we're talking about it. I need to watch him pre-season and be waxing lyrical. We need one of them left wingers. They score on their debut in their official Prem. We need that now. We need that. Big up Trossard, Martinelli. One of you can actually stay tired now, man. It needs to be that bad boy left winger. The option to play Eze out there. And then one of Martinelli and Trossard. The season's long, innit? Wonder what our spending budget would be. Got to offload some players for sure, but I think we'll bring in at least 3. And it's techie because some players we want to move on. There might not be a market. They might not want to move on. We might not. Some people we know we got to move on. We might not move them on because who we're getting in to kind of take their space, whether that be an upgrade or a squad filler. Something's gone left there. But we spent a lot of money. Our wage bracket has risen as well. We've got players that need to go, players that are on big, handsome salaries like Jesus, Trossard, Martinelli, etc. Gabriel Jesus, the biggest example, Reece Nelson. So you're giving new deals, you spent money, you got things you want to do in the market. Sales are, and even for Berto, because everything you do, I can see why they brought you to this club, but your ability to sell and move people on, and pardon me, that's one thing we've not seen yet, and that's probably one of the biggest mandates we've got now. They might sell Wanyeri 100% profit. Lewis Skelly looks like the rumors. I always thought it was rumors, but it was getting scary the less he was playing. We can take your name off that. Kirkes. Oh, surely Chiesa's fouled there. And there's a bit of after. There's been a lot of argy-bargy between the two players in individual moments. I'm cool with 3+ 3 outgoings. What about Williams? Gone quiet around him. If they bring him, great, but you took everyone around the houses last year and then signed a new deal. Fuck him, man. We only want dons that want to be here, man. For real. If we win the Prem, we should never have a war. If we win the Prem, we should have a war chest. Kripke is at the Bournemouth forward. Yep. I'll take Skelly as a centre mid body that leaves left wing, right back, and striker. Unpopular opinion, though. If Lewis Skelly is genuinely going to be seen on a consistent basis under Arteta in midfield, unpopular opinion, you're right about right back. What about the left-hand side? Because Calafiori and Hincapié, they actually both, we hope next season it's not the case, but they both haven't consistently been fit together for the majority of the season. Thank the Lord it is at the moment. So if you're looking at that, you're looking at Lewis Skelly takes the left mid spot by storm. What happens if there's injuries? So you might need to get a Tommy Asu guy that can play on the left or the right. Because you might have, because suddenly if that happens, then you look. This is why you need more options, because you might have to play Miles Lewis-Skelly at left back in that case, or you might shift Timber over. But let's say you let Ben White go and you've got no one that can play right back, or Saliba's injured, so Mascara plays centre half. See why we need bodies. Appeals for something from the Liverpool players. Not quite sure what they wanted there. 7 minutes left. There should be no player we can't afford. It's about the right signings. We usually sign versatile defenders, to be fair. Another handball shout. I still can't believe he signed that deal. They gassed him. They thought they hit a lick. That's a corner. Surely, ref. Boy. How long until Robertson comes on? Just make Odegaard one of the pivots. He isn't really a 10 anymore. It's an option, but would you really? We'd have to be so. For me, I'll be honest. For me to be 100% comfortable to play Odegaard deeper on a consistent basis, like starting in one of the pivots, obviously in that left channel, we need to become so possession based. Like there should only be one game a season. Bearing in mind we're looking at 50 plus. Yeah, there should only be one game a season that we get overrun in possession. Because the transition, all of that, you're not strong enough, bro. I'd love to know where Norgard ranks for minutes played across all comps. Arteta just don't rate him, man. He's not even in the squad after time. All into the box. Oh! Isaac keeps it alive. We ain't seen much from Isaac. Getting cramps. To be fair, Isaac's... I don't know about you lot, but I feel with Isaac, your next season starts now. Like, your next season starts now. These games are just the pre-season. Like, your season is a write-off when you got that injury. So you're more chasing next season. Like, any confidence either through your body or scoring goals, or if Slot's going to see you there, any green shoots that you could utilize, that's your thing. Because this season's a write-off for you. And it's a shame, man. Like, when you remove tribalism, it's a shame because you've got a World Cup to look forward to. That my guy, Glockerez, yeah, clutch mode. It's a movie. It's a movie from... Do you know what I wish I could do with Gyökeres? Pardon me. Give him some of Giroud's attributes. Mourinho is a dark horse. Maybe buy a backup keeper too, because Kepa ain't it. I've said this the moment we signed him. I've been saying this all year. Norgard, obviously, it don't look like any genius play, but it doesn't surprise me if it wouldn't surprise me is the best way to say it. It wouldn't surprise me if Norgard and Kepa go, because you lot were first names on the team sheet at your previous clubs. Now, Kepa's not an idiot. You know you're not going to play ahead of Raya, but you might just say, you know what, especially if we win stuff, I had a good career. My career is short. I might be able to get a decent deal somewhere and be the number one. Same goes for Norgard, because obviously this was a move of a lifetime at this age, but you can't buy a game. You've experienced it. You might even try again. But I can go and start somewhere. Wouldn't shock me if you go back to Brentford. Brentford, we'll give you back. We'll give him back if you want. There's only one catch though. His value has rocketed because we've won the Prem and the Champ, so that'll be 100 million, please. And first option over whoever you lot buy that turns out to be wavy in the Prem. Norgard has to be last. Man has played less than Kepa. Giroud was underrated. I miss Aubameyang when he went. Giroud went underrated. Underappreciated in some aspects, I would say, as a footballer and what he brings to a team. Big fan of Giroud. Another one that dealt with adversity, knows how to get it done, and a much better player than people made out. But people do look at Giroud's time at Arsenal. He scored some great goals as well. His goal catalogue's great. People do look at his time at Arsenal with rose tints. And Arsenal we're kind of doing the same thing now. We've got this habit of, you know, when Giroud can make the difference. He's obviously done clutch things, but Giroud's a player that is for the system. He's an enhancer of other players. I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't rely on him. At Chelsea, you're working with Eden Hazard. Like, your job's to just do that kind of stuff. France, you know, when they won the World Cup, I might be making this up, but I think he didn't even score a World Cup goal. That doesn't happen without him. Facilitating Dembele, Giroud, Dembele, Griezmann, and Mbappe. Giroud's the best player that you could have. He'll run in behind, but if you're one of them kind of technical man, you love playing with Giroud because he's not gonna. When you're playing with other technical man, they want to turn as well, just like you. Giroud's gonna play the 1-2s. You could play off him. But what I mean by we're still doing that thing now is like that's what you got to do with Giroud. We're looking at Giroud to replace Van Persie. Suddenly, you're looking at you to be the 20+ goal man. Oh, João Pedro, you should have shot. You should have hit it. Should have hit it. Should have hit it. Another one that's too so good at football. He wants to keep doing stuff. Referee said play on. There might have even been a pen shout there. In the grand scheme of things, it meant nothing from João Pedro. Thought he should have got inspired by Gravenberch and went for goal. Oh, can't lie. I don't like Chelsea, yeah, but you can't do that, ref. You never saw the handball. You said play on, and now you stopped it. I think they're having a look at a potential pen, you know. What's happening here with João Pedro? He galloped. Ah. Oh, my gosh. If this happens and they bag, what did I say in passing comment? Chelsea could win here. Wouldn't surprise me if there's a bit of individual brilliance and a Buki pen. I don't know, man. But the angle they're showing me here, I don't know, man. It looks, come on, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. If that happens in any other part of the pitch, we don't bat an eyelid. The ref either gives it for João Pedro or Frimpong. We have a little bitch about it, depending on how it goes your way, and you move on. That can't be. It's one of those weird ones. It looks like as much of a foul on Frimpong as it does on João Pedro. The only thing with the Premier League is that will happen in another game, and whatever the outcome is going to be now, and I don't think they've given it, that same thing's going to happen, and it's going to have a different outcome in another game. But we know this. We watch Premier League. In diet is not clinical enough. Yeah, but you never know, man. See, they're the man. Yeah. They're the man that we can work with, bro. Because Noni wasn't. Noni isn't. Take punch with them guys. I do think Ndai is a player I look at with rose tints, man, because I'm not watching Everton week in, week out. But Arteta's shown he can improve attackers. Work with that. Surely João Pedro's offside. It's not going to triple to him anyways. Proper shit versus shit going on. No pen. He only scored 1 goal in that World Cup win for France. The job was to act as a springboard for Griezmann and Mbappe. Exactly. But this is what I mean sometimes. And we also do this thing, and I think it's more fans. We don't accept players for what they are and use them in the right springboards. Liverpool could be in here. Curtis Jones. It's whistled across just outside of Chelsea's area. It's been found by Cole Palmer. He's found Reece James. Fullback Union. He's found Cucurella. Enzo Fernandez. Kind of has to go alone, really. He's actually done brilliant. Not the best of passes to Cole Palmer, regardless, but Palmer will ensure this passenger play stays here. There's been 7 minutes of added on time. We played 6. I can't lie, my hay fever's starting to mess with me. Oh my God, the pollen count is high today, isn't it? You just know Ndai will be one of the players we say, why didn't we sign him when he was at Everton? I can't see City dropping points 2 games in a row when the stakes are so high, but it is the Prem. Anything can happen. What's your prediction for the City game? I'd love to say Brentford get a point or 3, but I just think City reaction, playing at home, obviously, the way Pep is talking as well about like, come and make an atmosphere, do what we can against Arsenal. It's out of our hands. I think they win the game today. We'll be there. All my stocks. And to be fair, as we saw, Everton away lives up to his name. Horrible place to go to. Another team that, for honest, we played them at the right time. I didn't really believe in Everton getting something off City. I didn't really believe, when we were doing the predictions, didn't really believe in Brentford at home. Not at this stage of the season. My stocks were with Bournemouth. It's Ariola's last game. Ariola's last game. Bournemouth away is horrible for everybody anyways. They're such a good team tactically. And one thing about Bournemouth, they're on trying to just get 3 points. They're not on this, oh my days, you lot are one of the big boys. If you give them a chance, they'll take it. They'll turn up. Nothing in life is guaranteed except Caicedo getting booked. Mash the like. Shout out Linz. Yes, and if they do, we got to go smash West Ham tomorrow. We got to do that regardless. That's got to be our thing. That's got to be our thing. Just win the games. I don't want to hear about goal difference and I don't even care that City have dropped points if I'm honest. Let's just have our job mentality mode. Beat Palace, beat Burnley, win tomorrow against West Ham and take it from there, man. And put the Champions League final on ice. Let's be real though, City were lucky to get that draw. If I'm honest with you, there was times where City could have killed them. But if I'm honest with you, Everton should have had a penalty. There were some decisions like Bernardo Silva's actions in the box went unpunished. But at the same time, this is the Premier League. That happens. We've had times where if life was fair, we'd all had a lot less. There's times we've won, drawn, and lost when we probably just deserve something completely different. And it's benefited us as well. Like Newcastle probably deserve to get a point against us. We probably deserve to get a point at Aston Villa away. But football's cruel. João Pedro, you knew that was going to happen. McAllister just completely clattered into him. Great to hear you on TalkSport, bro. The quality, Dan, appreciate you, my boy. Spurs are staying up. This Chelsea ain't beating them, no chance. I believe that as well, as mad as it is. Like, probably the first time in my life, Chelsea Spurs, especially, is it not at Stamford Bridge? And I'm giving Spurs more than all the favourites tags. The scenes of that City bottle guy were hilarious. He's got to hold that. He's got to hold that. And we need to troll him for life. If we get the Prem over there, I need to troll that brother for life. You know, them kind of guys will be sour. Oh, but we City, we won the Champions League. We done 3-peat. We got this. So what? And either throw that bottle away or at least clean it. And I know you ain't put no fairy liquid to that. Imagine that. Grown man is the whole day. Oh, let me make sure the bottle's in my pocket because it's Sky Sports. I'm still dying over you calling him AI. I genuinely thought it was AI. Now, I've seen the interviews again. Sky Sports. Why are you not going to his yard? Deep it. He's living the movie. A man had a bottle and he's getting interviewed on Sky Sports. Even asking him his background story, his hero story. Where the hell did you find the bottle? Oh, the Arsenal medical lady, man or lady saw my son needed a bit of water and he gave it to him. And I'm gonna make jokes about me. See why nice guys finished last? Having sympathy for your son. So I need to see your son crying. I need to see you crying. No more water bottles for no one. Unless it's Thomas Frank or anyone at Spurs that wants to rock the Arsenal match. I know if we win tomorrow, Pep will focus on the FA Cup more and less focus on the PL advantage Bournemouth. 5 minutes of fame, bro. Seems like he's a City holder and all of that kind of stuff, but allow it, man. And when you bring yourself to the fore like that, you have to hold that. If you just held your corner, jump up and down, seeing videos with him and City players, City fans jumping up and down, Sky Sports in his yard. Again, Sky Sports in his yard. So more dickheads are going to do these things for all clubs. Good interception by Malmadash. Really, I spoke too soon because he's thrown it back to Chelsea. You think Villa are going to beat Liverpool next week? Nah, I think Liverpool win. Mal Gusto's got serious blood in his sock, innit? Damn. Being a footballer is mad on occasions. So what, we think it's a draw? It's looking like such. On paper, I'm sure Chelsea fans would have taken a point. Maybe even Liverpool. Well, yeah, Liverpool fans as well. Obviously, if you've been watching this game, something very different. I'm going to keep saying it. Sky Sports went to his house. To his house. No one is asking, why has he still got that water bottle? Why, for you as a dad, yeah, should be teaching your son like compassion and whatnot. You're using it as a chance to mock people. You got to hold that, bro. Yeah, I will be here for a City watch along. I will be here. We will be here. We will be here. Smash the like button on that one for sure. And here, Chelsea are rubbed. Generational meme. We should try to make him a tifo when we play City next season. And even that panic on the streets of London, all them tifos that they came with, brother, need to do this thing. Brentford lost 1 in their last 9 against Man United. Just beat West Ham 3-0. Igor Thiago, the heady one, looking like to grab the equalizer for the draw. Why did heady one catch his streak? I hear it though. We're 30 seconds over the added 7. I mean, why are they showing Liverpool fans departing? Like, it's 1-1, bro. Like, people got things to do today. It's a nice day. People got ironing and whatnot. And a share of the spoils. Chelsea go to London, back to London, better yet, with a point. Both teams did technically could score a second. Both were disallowed via VAR. Liverpool had their shaky moments defensively, as did Chelsea. Screamer from Gravenberch. cancelled out by, I still to this day don't know if Enzo Fernandez or if we finally got a touch on that. I don't think anyone will care, people. Pete, because Liverpool probably going to finish 5th, so no other team can get Champions League next season. Boy, can't give that as a pen. Boy. Sell Norgard, Martinelli, Kepa, White, and a few others. Bring in some players. The sales are more important, to be honest, as we barely make them. The backup goalie is a hard position to fill unless you're one of those clubs where money is no object. You can get a good one to just sit around on the bench all year. I can't lie, man. There must be a Scott Carson or something out there, man. There must be something. There must be something. But you are right in that regards. You are right. We might even need 2 goalies because, in my opinion, Tommy Setford should be, from a third position, from a selfish point of view, you being in third choice is calm, innit? We don't have to talk about that. We can talk about other areas. But if Tommy Setford is just really being our third choice keeper, taking part in warm-ups, there in training, and playing under 21s football where he can, I'm sorry, but it's a waste of a year. You need to be playing men's football, professional football. Where do you think Chelsea are going to finish? At this moment in time, it's out of their hands because they could slip further down the table, really. There's other teams that need to play today. Prior to the game, Chelsea could finish as low as 16th. I don't know what it is now, but they're only a point ahead of Brighton, 2 points ahead of Brentford, 3 ahead of Bournemouth. They're level on points with Fulham, who play Bournemouth. Whoa, boy, it's dark for Chelsea. You look and see it. It's dark for Chelsea, especially if this hasn't updated. It should have updated. Yeah, it has because they played 36. I was looking above, trying to think out how high Chelsea could climb up the table. But what? Everton are a point behind them. Fulham are a point behind them. Sunderland are 2 points. 4 points Newcastle. Leeds is still realistic. Palace is still realistic. They can finish as low as 16th, where if you put things into perspective, if that did happen, and let's just assume Spurs stayed up. Boy, 90 minutes of my life I'll never get back. Slot out. Play Raya every comp. They might struggle to make Europa Conference League qualification. I feel if we win the league, it will give us that extra mentality boost going into Champions League final. Easier said than done, but yeah, logic with that. They gave it to Fofana, so yeah, Fofana's goal, it is then. If either of these teams get Champions League football, it's not looking good for the game. Scamming their ways to it, man. But yeah, it's a successful hate along in many ways. It weren't really anything. It was quite dead. It was trash versus garbage. We'll be back for City Brentford later. So yeah, smash the like button. Appreciate you lot for being here. Peace.